Hey man, say man, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Quez the Plug, man. I'm back into the Bangerman. Today we got the best Larry Bird underdog story ever told, bro. So when I told you I seen Dr. J, so I guess this is probably him come back against Dr. J or something like that. Hopefully, should be a good story, bro. This channel probably got some of the best Larry Bird stories on YouTube. So I love reacting videos on this channel. Y'all told me to watch this, so I'm gonna watch it, man. Hopefully this is a good story. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. And also, if y'all watch Wando on YouTube, me and him created a joint Larry Bird playlist with both our reactions to Larry Bird in there. So if y'all want to check it out, it's on my channel, go to playlist, and then you can watch me and Wando videos. We got a collab video coming soon, bro. Be on the lookout. And also, I told you I was gonna react to like a full Larry Bird game. I think I'm gonna end up doing it on my membership. So if you want to see that full video, raw, uncut, 2-hour video, make sure you subscribe to my membership. And boom, I'm gonna end up dropping the video soon, man. Once I get like a couple of y'all to join, then I'm gonna drop the vid. But yeah, let's get into it.
Told you that once upon a time, there was a rivalry in the 80s even bigger than Celtics versus Lakers and even more intense than Celtics versus Pistons.
The Sixers,
I
yep.
bet you wouldn't believe me. But for 3 years in a row, the Eastern Conference Finals was a dogfight between the Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers.
Long before Celtics Lakers, it was Celtics Sixers.
One of the most intense rivalries ever, FTC.
Hold on, bro. Got in Bird.
It
Hold
was
on.
Celtics Sixers.
One of the most intense
Bird is bullying this guy. That's how you handle a opponent.
ever, FTC. Mark Ravioli and Larry Bird going into this game. Larry asked if he's going to be thrown out.
Ravioli?
He decided he's going to get his licks in before he left.
Ravioli.
In terms of two clubs in professional sports and professional team sports really wanting one another and going after one another's throats, this is definitely the ultimate.
There's Dr. J trying to hold Bird. Bird retaliates, and yeah. And look at it.
That classic video of Dr. J punching Larry Bird at the like two guys holding him down. This is probably the craziest thing I've ever seen in NBA history, bro. Like, it's OD, bro. They was literally holding Bird down in a chokehold while Dr. J was just punched him in his face. Like, bro, bro.
Hitting Bird
No way you could be friends after that. I'm not gonna lie.
as he's being held from behind by Barkley and Moses Malone.
There's no greater time in basketball that I've ever had other than going out and beating the 76ers.
And in the 1981 Eastern Conference Finals, they had a battle for the ages in what many experts have called the greatest playoff series of all time.
It was the greatest series I've ever played in my opinion, maybe the greatest series leading up to a championship that two teams ever had to play.
Larry Bird and the Boston Celtics were facing the MVP of the league, Dr. J, and the Philadelphia 76ers, the team with the best record in the league. And to make matters worse, Boston had not won a single game in Philadelphia in almost 3 years.
Whoa.
Because the 76ers were stacked with a team full of Hall of Famers.
Well, start out with the Hall of Famers they had over there. Start out with Dr. J, Bobby
Facts.
Jones. Maurice Cheeks was starting guard, became a Hall of Famer. Caldwell Jones, the Boston Strangler, Andrew
The
Toney,
Boston Strangler?
Daryl Dawkins. Daryl Dawkins was like Shaq, just strong and big, and they were coached well by Billy Cunningham.
Moses retired before this or something? I thought Moses was on this team, at least in the early 80s.
That's why they were so tough.
What year was
Just
this?
1 year earlier, a rookie Larry Bird led the Boston Celtics to the greatest single-season turnaround in NBA history. One man took the second worst team in the league from 29 wins to a 62-win championship contender
Oh, my one win.
overnight. Unfortunately, the Celtics lost in the conference finals to this same Philadelphia 76ers team, sparking a rivalry that would have them battling for Eastern Conference supremacy for the next 6 years. And the following season, it was looking like deja vu all
I'm not gonna lie. Larry Bird had bounce, bro. This is Dr. J here. Even though it's an older Dr. J, Larry Bird is up there. He almost got his fingertips on the ball. Even though Dr. J's still higher, but Bird is up there. Bird low-key had bounce before that, bro. Young Bird had bounce.
all over again.
So in '81, we win the first game up in Boston. Then you guys come back and win game 2.
Irving putting the moves on McHale.
We play a really tight game down there in Philly, and we lose.
Philadelphia has been magnificent, and that game is over.
We lose game 4, and I'm like, ooh, this isn't good.
6 seconds to go. Boston doesn't call time. Hart
Crazy pass.
It's a tight one possession game, and Bobby Jones does what he does, makes a great defensive play. That allowed you guys to win game 4 and go up 3-1.
They blew a 3-1 lead.
3-1 deficit. In the history of the entire NBA, teams that go up 3-1 in a best-of-7 series are 258-13. That's a winning percentage of 95.2%. So the chances of Larry Bird and the Celtics coming back to win this series was at 4.8%.
Crazy
teams
work.
that go down 3-1 and win the championship, their chances drop down to 1.5%.
They really was the underdogs. They really did beat the odds. The fact that a Larry Bird team can be considered an underdog is crazy. But that team was stacked, bro. They said they had all them Hall of Famers. So I guess this is the year before they got Daryl Dawkins. Moses Malone. Because they said, I think this was the year after Bird rookie season. So this is the second year. Because they beat him the first year. So that's crazy, bro. That's all them Hall of Famers, bro.
At this point, to say that Larry Bird was an underdog is an understatement.
I wasn't the type of guy to take stuff for granted. 3-1, I mean, it felt good, but it was by no means a foregone conclusion.
Desperate situation for the Celtics. Game number 5 of this Eastern Conference Finals. The Celtics must win 3 straight.
In Game 5, the Celtics were losing by 10 points with only 6 minutes left in the game. And with the season on the line, Larry Bird took matters into his own hands.
Larry going to work offense.
Baseline. The most clutch player ever. And I'm going to say it every time. A lot of y'all don't know, bro. Bro was one of the clutchest players ever. If not the clutchest player ever. Bird, look at the dog. Put back. He was a dog. Oh my God. He's doing everything right now. Oh my God. I thought he got that steal.
Bucket was the last field goal of the game. Some defensive stops and a couple free throws later, the Celtics
That
won.
boy Bird was everywhere, bro. Like this.
In Game 5 by only
My
2
bad.
points.
All right, here it is. 1 second. Boston up by 2. Trying to go to
Bro, what's going on?
6.
All right, hold on. I got to go back. Like that defensive stop right there, bro. These type of plays that don't show up on the stat sheet. Look at this.
Some defensive stops.
Did he block that?
And a couple free throws.
I think he
later,
blocked that,
the
but
Celtics won Game 5 by only 2 points.
All right, here it is. 1 second. Boston up by 2.
clutch shot.
Trying to go to Philly for Game 6. Intercepted. It's over.
I ain't gonna lie, in the 80s, bro, y'all inbound passes, like when the game on the line was terrible, but I done seen so many failed inbounds in the clutch.
1:28 to go, but Bird came back in the final crucial moments and did it when he had to do it.
And then going to Boston, losing the next game, you know, you had one to play with, but, you know, coming into Philly, it's like, man, you have to feel good coming home.
Coming down to your place, I remember this is it. I mean, you know, game 6, we're going back to Philly.
Oh, it doesn't take long to top this rivalry. I think it's one of the best rivalries in sports. You know, you go out there and you compete, and you know, you got to play so well to win it. You know, it just demands a lot out of you. And when the series is over, I think both teams can look back and say, hey, we gave it our best shot.
They know that they haven't won in 10 tries here at the Spectrum in Philadelphia, and that's why they want to go back to Boston, winning this afternoon.
We got into a dogfight. Back and forth.
Back and forth, exactly.
Back and forth.
The Celtics trying to break a jinx here at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. They need to do it to force Game 7.
Good
By the
D.
second half of Game 6, the Celtics were losing by as much as 17 points.
Oh my
More
God.
Larry Bird heroics turned this game into one of the greatest playoff games in NBA history because Boston stormed back and were willing to fight anyone that stepped in their way, even if you were just a fan in the crowd.
Harris with a turnaround in the lane. No good.
Another comeback win, bro. Yeah, Bird the most clutch player ever, bro. More clutch than MJ. Yo, what the fan do? Hold on, is that a... Bro, that 5'8" guy? That's crazy. He's done. They kicking him out.
I got knocked into the crowd, and when I got knocked into the crowd, some guy like was saying something to me like, "Get back in the damn game." So I jumped over the photographer, and then it registered in my mind what he had said. As soon as he said that, I re-jumped back over and went into the stands with a flying forearm. At that time, it galvanized all our players together. It could have been all these people against us, and we were going to go down together. And at that particular point, the great Dave Zinkoff, who was the public address announcer for Philadelphia, comes on when we're down by 17 and says to the crowd, "Tickets go on sale for the championship game right after this." Oh my God! Everybody looked at each other and went, "Are you kidding me? This guy already said it." And then it was on like popcorn. Then we were down.
So that was basically the turning point, bro. That's all it take, bro. Somebody to be a dog. But I'm not gonna lie, pushing the fan to get your team back in it is crazy. I can't lie.
The guy already said it. And then it was on like popcorn. Then we were down 17, almost before half. By the time we had our foot square in their behind after they were doing the celebration, we were down by only 5 points.
Tiny tries to drive. Bird, rebound. Basket good and a foul. Like a McHale, Bird, Maxwell, ML Carr, and Archibald. Looping shot by Larry
Bird mid-range is automatic, bro.
For Larry Bird, and the Celtics lead 84-83.
As Larry Bird leads the comeback with 25
Another
points,
midi.
16 rebounds, and 4 assists, he once again hits the last clutch bucket of the game.
Bird out to Tiny with 8 seconds on the shot.
The most clutch player ever. Back-to-back playoff games. Oh, my pump fake. Shooter's touch.
This shot put the Celtics up by 3 points. 1 defensive stop.
He got that boy in the air. Hey. Relax.
This shot put the Celtics up by 3 points. 1 defensive stop and a pair of free throws later helps Boston finally win a game in Philadelphia. Something they hadn't done in nearly 3 years.
Dawkins and Caldwell Jones, and that'll do it. The game is over. Boston has won.
Oh, we made that?
3 teams have come back from a 3-1 deficit to force a 7th and win a 7th game. And the first time in 12 games, the Boston Celtics have defeated the Philadelphia 76ers.
And after that game, Kevin McHale called what happened next his most favorite moment of his entire career.
Kevin McHale, what is your favorite NBA moment?
Ooh. I would say 81, Game 6. We were in Philly, and we were down 3-1, and we won Game 5 in Boston to go 3-2. And we beat them on a last-second play where Tony's driving in, and we get a block, got my hand on the ball, and we win the game. And go back to Boston, and there's people like there's like I didn't realize that, cause I'm new to Boston. That's my first year being out there. I come from northern Minnesota, small mining town, played at the University of Minnesota. I didn't realize that Boston and Philadelphia hated each other sports-wise. I mean, hated each other. We get back that night, and there's people. There's a crowd. I mean, there's people at the airport. And this game, we haven't won anything. We still have Game 7 to go, and they were the whole city was like electric. And then Game 7 in the arena. When I walked in, I got chills because the people were all standing up cheering. 18 minutes before the game, we went out to warm up. There wasn't an empty seat, and they stood the whole game and cheered and yelled and screamed. No dancing girls, no nothing. And Oregon going, and it was the most unbelievable environment you've ever seen. The building shook.
I was at that game.
Hey, Boston might got the most lit fans ever, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They
I was
get
at
lit.
all those games. And Game 7, to this day, is the best basketball game I've ever been to. That was the only game I've been to, I've written about this, where the refs were just like, guys, you settle this. Guys are on the floor every play. There's 3 guys getting knocked down. It was like a rugby match. And I've just never seen a game like that. I don't think that game would happen again. There would have been about 20 flagrant fouls.
The Philadelphia 76ers, they have to be wondering about the fact that they had the Celtics put away.
And all the Celtics wanted to do was win one at a time. Rivalry told me before the game, Kevin, it's not so much saying you got to win 3 games, but to tell your team they have to beat us one more time.
That was the championship game. Whoever won that series between Philly and Boston, and Philly being up 3-1, and you getting them back to Boston for Game 7, whoever won that particular night, we knew that either one of those teams, Philly or Boston, could beat Houston. So that was the championship game that particular night.
Dang, Dr. J would have had another ring if he would have beat them this year.
That's what Boston has done to Philadelphia. Dominate the offensive boards. Harris doing to Dawkins what he did to him with misses. But Larry Bird, another offensive rebound. The next time. Tiny to Ford. Larry Bird, 3-point play. If anything could ignite a crowd and ignite a team, a 3-point play by their best player, it's the safest way to do it.
Just like the previous 4 games, Game 7 went down to the wire. And with a tie game with 1 minute left on the clock, Larry Bird does what Larry Bird did the entire series in the clutch.
Irving setting up for something. Fakes. Low into Dawkins. Double team. Dawkins goes in.
Good D. Bird with the board. Oh my God, on a fast break. Stone Cold Killer. 1 second left. And that's game. Bro, these fans are so lit.
This game-winning jump shot helped Larry Bird versus a team with 3 Hall of Famers on their roster pull off the greatest 3-1 comeback of all time.
Don't Larry Bird got 3 players on the Hall of Fame on his team right now?
Because the 1981 Eastern Conference Finals remains the only series in NBA history.
Wait, what year was this again?
1981 Eastern Conference Finals remains the only series in NBA history in which 5 games were decided by 2 points or less. The Celtics won Game 5 by 2 points, Game 6 by 2 points, and Game 7 by 1 point. Each game literally went down to the last second. Now that is the definition of clutch.
Because we did win a lot of 1-2 point games. It just seemed like every time you look up the clock, we had a 1 point lead, and there's 1 second on the clock, and they had the ball. It was them type of games where all the emotion, all the adrenaline, and everybody was just going, and everything was just going to perfection at the end of the game. That was probably the best games I ever played in my life. The 7-game series, and every one of them was just full of excitement.
Only 4 teams in the history of the NBA have ever come back from down 3-1 in a series and went on to win the championship. Bill Russell's Boston Celtics in 1968, Hakeem Olajuwon's Houston Rockets in 1995, LeBron James's Cleveland Cavaliers in 2016, and Larry Bird's Boston Celtics in 1981.
Hey, that picture
yes,
hard.
Larry Bird, in only his 2nd NBA season, won his first championship that year. So if anybody ever tries to convince you that a great player couldn't win a title in his first 5 years because he was too young or didn't have enough help,
Larry Bird had enough help.
tell him that Larry Bird took the 2nd worst team in the league to an NBA title in only 2 years. No excuses.
That's crazy, bro. This definitely was one of my favorite Bird stories that I heard so far, bro. The fact that bro came back 3-1 and he was clutching up every game coming back, it just shows that he's the greatest clutch player ever. Like I've been saying, bro. Easy top 3 player of all time. There's no debate. But yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. We out.